All right, welcome back everyone. Dr. Ben, not a real doctor here. Today I'm going to tell you why you should be practicing crawling. Crawling is the foundation for human movement. It's the first thing we learn how to do after we figure out how to roll over. It is literally the building block for walking. You learn a lot of important movement patterns as well as stabilization patterns from crawling. Crawling requires an extremely large degree of hip, shoulder, and core coordination and stabilization. And the movement pattern, which is contralateral, meaning opposite sides, so left hand to right foot, so diagonal, and then vice versa, carries through to walking. Even though when you're crawling, you never have less than 2 points of support, whereas walking, you only have 1 point of support. That movement pattern still carries on. When you walk, your arms don't stay pinned at your side. You swing your arms when you walk. And if you pay attention, you'll notice that it's a contralateral pattern. When your left foot steps forward, your right arm swings forward. You're working this core rotation to generate momentum and cross pattern tension to swing your body. If this movement pattern isn't well learned when you're crawling, for example, you're moving with your right hand and your right foot, so you're kind of clunking forward in a sloppy, awkward kind of way, then this will carry through into your walking and your running, and you won't be as efficient, your body won't be properly coordinated. So that contralateral movement pattern is incredibly important to learn. As I touched on earlier, it requires a large degree of hip, shoulder, and core stability. When you crawl, because it is contralateral, there will be a point of time through a large range of that crawling step that you will only be on 2 points of contact. You will be on your right hand and your left knee, or your left foot, depending on which type of crawling you're doing, or you will be on your left hand and your right knee or foot. This requires your body to be able to stabilize the rotational forces generated by losing those 2 points of support. This also translates again to walking because you use those same forces to generate momentum, to swing your leg forward, to swing your arm forward. And because of that stabilization, it translates into other movements, squatting, lifting, pressing with your arms. It teaches all your muscles to work in coordination across your body. You're going to be a lot stronger using all the muscles in your body, obviously, than just using shoulder muscles to push something. If you can't brace, if you can't control, if you can't support, then you're very limited on how much force your body can generate. And with that stabilization, you also learn the coordination required. It's one thing to break down movements into simple, like a bicep curl. A bicep curl is an isolated movement. However, all it is flexing your elbow. Anytime that you do something like a pull-up, a chin-up, you try and pick something up to your chest, that movement happens. If you never use those broader, larger scale movements, then you never learn to coordinate this simple elbow flexion into a large scale body coordinated movement. Crawling teaches your body to engage across the whole body in basic movement patterns that are applied to larger, more complex movement patterns. So by focusing on crawling, you can find any movement inefficiencies or hiccups that you have and address them at that base movement pattern, which will then radiate out to other movement patterns and improve your overall movement efficiency. So even though we figured out crawling when we were infants, it's still a valid, useful movement pattern. If you're out someplace and you have to crawl under something, sometimes you're on a steep slope and you need to crawl down something, or crawl up something. I can't tell you how many times I've been out in the woods and needed to go up a hill that was just too steep to go up just standing, and I had to get down on all fours and crawl up. Crawling is still a useful movement pattern that we tend to underappreciate because of our so well manicured environments that most of us live in. Just because we don't use it a lot now in our modern world doesn't mean that our bodies don't need it to be healthy. So it's also an important movement pattern to maintain the health of our physique. So don't dismiss crawling. Make sure you practice some here and there. Make it part of your regular movement practice. Work it in a few days a week for a few minutes here and there or throughout the day. You'll notice benefits almost immediately. For me, I'm a rock climber. I have some pushing issues because I have such strong pulling muscles. Crawling really helps me focus on the muscles that get ignored on rock climbing. Let me know how you think crawling can help you down in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash that thumbs up button. Share the video with your friends, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your life in motion.